Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending from where you're watching us from. These are our faces. I'm Oscar, your host, and with me tonight is Alberto again. Alberto, how are you doing?
Hi, all good. Ready for this playoff number two. Let's see who are the three that are going to the semifinal.
Exactly. Playoff number two. We had playoff one this afternoon, a couple of hours earlier. We got the three who qualified for the semifinals from that playoff. Three Japanese. Vegas was one of them. ADR was another, and Ozwil.
Yeah.
And we're going to switch to race number one with almost missing the start over here. 10 seconds to go before they can cross the start line. Love sailing in the chat. Let's go. Show your support to the sailors, as only three of them will be heading into the semifinal as the outcome of this playoff.
Bad start of Confluencia and Stefan Gazan. And at the moment, a great start from the Italian LS7 that is there with Peppino, BSB Almir, and Nananana, Anchor 280. A little bit behind, we have Harding. And then after that, the rest of the group. 17 players for tonight. Only 3 will go into the semifinal. Everybody on starboard. Going all the way to the right-hand side. Risky situation for this one, but they have a massive left wind shift. And they're capitalizing it. Now that the wind shift is coming to the center, everybody is stacking and go to the other direction. Crow 280, Libao on Peppino, forcing him to tack and go to the right-hand side.
Currently, we're watching the Brazilian BSP Almir. He's in the center of the racing course in 6th position, Crow 280 just next to him, and we do see Peppino from Switzerland in the first place at the top of your screen.
I really love BSB Almir, skin, the Valentine skin.
The Valentine skin, yeah.
Or liveries, if you prefer.
I think the correct term is supposed to be liveries. LF7 was briefly first, now dropping down to third. Peppino right above him, and Harding from Sweden in first place as well. RG Tyler, morning lads. Let's enjoy some sailing. Yes, we will. Hope you will too.
We will see, because I believe Scavaruzzo, Sasha Brul, and Almir are coming really fast, with Crow 280 probably taking the second position just behind Almir, and then the Italian in third. Scavaruzzo, Francesco Scavaruzzo. Impressive performance also from Nananana.
Crow 280 just being overtaken by BSB Almir. Scavaruzzo in third. Evening all. Hopschwitz, says Richard Davis on our YouTube chat. Peppino still in third. Nanana from Japan in fourth, but I said it's going to be very close for this top 6, I'm going to say.
Yeah. The biggest part of the fleet is tucked behind, as you can see, LS7 that had a great start, went to the wrong direction during the upwind, and that's why he lost so much. But there is a nice battle between Almir and Crow 280 in the front. A lot of jibes, a lot of people covering each other. But BSB Almir keep the first position, second position for Crow 280. Scavaruzzo penalty to Sasha Burl. And now also Nanana trying to overtake him. Impressive.
Yep, and it's going to be a duel between Sasha Burel and Brest Power now fighting for that 4th and 5th place.
Yep.
Peppino has dropped down to 8. Crow 280 and BSB Almir are still fighting for that 1st place. Scavaruzzo still in 3rd. And Harding dropped down to 9th.
It depends everything on the left wing shift that is coming straight down, because with Brest Power, Sasha Brul, Nanana, Harding is there. A little bit in front of Jozuk and the other, but with the left wing shift coming, is not badly positioned, but this stack, it's a tricky one for Harding. Crossing too early, in my opinion. Nice stack from Crow 280. Not aggressive, not with BSP Almir, and not with the Scavaruzzo. So in the control of both of them. Great maneuver from the Croatian sailor. We need to see if BSP Almir will take us one advantage from the one more tack that he needs to do to keep the first.
Yep, and it is the Knocker 17, so you can try to luff up a bit to gain some meters vertically. It's one of the few boats that can do it because it's quite a light and fast boat. But so far, though, almost the whole fleet is still on port, navigating towards that ley line, as Sasha Burel is going to be the one crossing the fleet on starboard, forcing Scavaruzzo to attack as well.
Yeah, Sasha Burel is getting really, really close right now to the group of the top four. Here, more than ever, being in the top six is really mandatory if you want to go to the medal series and to the semi-final later on.
But we've seen here Crow 280 and BSP Almir trying to luff up to get the meters, and they had to slow down quite considerably to be able to round that mark, and Scavaruzzo was a bit too hasty in that and doesn't validate the mark properly, touches the mark and misses it. Was going to have to round it and pay with a 10-second slowdown for Rule 31. Josuts in 10th place, Nano Pardo just took 10th place from Josuts, now 11. Confluencia in 12th. With the Croatian still in the lead, followed by the Brazilian Almir and then two Frenchmen, Sasha Birol and Breast Power. But not too far behind is the Swedish captain Harding. With Lazar in the chat, good luck to all.
Interesting tactic from Almir. This one gives an opening to Sasha Birel, because if he do the run marking better than the Brazilian, he could take that position, and it seems the case. But nobody dropped the kite.
He left up a bit too much at the end over there, probably trying to overshoot and not risk anything. But it is still a third place for Sasha Birel, a fourth place for Breast Power, fifth for Harding. And it's going to be a 6th place for Nana, 7 for Stefan Gazan, 8 for Pepino, 9 for Josuts, 10 for Confluencia, 10 for Nano Pardo, and 11 for Confluencia. We'll have to see how close these two were as they arrived during the same second over here. Confluencia and Nano Pardo with 4/10 of a second difference between the two of them, but it is Nano Pardo taking 10th in front of Confluencia. Results of this race: Crow 280 in first, BSP Almir in second, Sasha Birel in third, Breast Power in fourth, Harding in fifth, 6 for Nana, 7 for Stefan Gazan, 8 for Pepino, 9 for Josuts, 10 for Nano Pardo, 11 for Confluencia, 12 for LS7, 13 for Scavaruzzo, 3 Cormoran, and 14 Keyspain, 15, 16 for Kuguzav Nice, and 17 for Flying Boss. As we're gonna head to the overall ranking with the next race starting.
Overall ranking updated.
This, thank you. Switch to the overall scoreboard. And yes, indeed, the ranking is as you see it after this first race. So we've just seen these. How it played out in that first race. It's going to be 6 races with all players in. Unfortunately for Petrushinovic, he missed the start of the first one.
Let's hope
hopefully he'll be able to catch up. Yep, there is 6 races, so there's plenty of time to try to catch up to it. And at the end of these 6 races, you want to make sure that you're in the top 6 to continue on to the medal series. But Crow 280 being our winner in that first race, Seal, you just followed. Thank you for it. Crow 280 being the winner of our first race, he's going to be the one that we're spectating at the start of the second race in the Ilka.
I have to say his liveries for all the races are amazing, and really glad we have the opportunity to watch Crow to 80. We have Turcinovic in.
But we're missing another.
Skavaruz is in now.
No, so it's all good. 18 players are in. No one chatting, so this race can start, and Crow 280, as I said, is the one that we're going to be following with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. So I guess we can switch to the water.
Yep.
Crew 280 with that dark charcoal boat and the dog on the sail from Croatia. And I see Vari in the chat. Good luck, BSP, Almir, Crow 280, and na. Question that we did not ask yet. Those of you watching, who do you think will be the three who qualify for the semifinal?
This will be much
after this first race.
This will be definitely a difficult call. I've seen a couple of the Italians performing well, but doing strange mistakes. Let's see if they can come back now. 8 seconds to the start. Everybody packed on the race committee, and a good start from Crow 280 and Scavaruzzo.
Yeah, Crow 280 managed to find this a small section in the middle of the boats to he sneak in, now takes third place. First is LS7, but obviously all the boats are on the same line currently. The Crew 7 is in second position. Crow 280 does take the third. Count the Winch in fourth for now, but we just all see them at the same height.
Yeah.
On the course for now.
I believe BSP, though, he's in a great position. Massive right wing shift is coming down by looking at the windsocks that are on the graphic on the top left. And as you can see, BSB Almir get the lead, massive right wing shift, and he and Flying Boss are in control of the rest of the fleet. Great positioning also for Stefan Gazan. That BSB Almir already show off a nice, great start. Stefan Gazan 7th in after the first race. Good but not perfect. But Flying Boss, he has to come back from a 17th position. As you can see, BSB Almir also is bearing away to try to close the door on the one on the left-hand side to make sure he can cross first. But it will be a pretty packed first mark. What do you think?
It is going to be a pretty packed first mark, and we can expect some penalties at the mark rounding. BSB Almir is doing a good job for now, still in first place, and there's, I was going to say not a lot of wind, but 18 knots is quite decent for the Ilka, especially in the downwind. It's just the fact that they're in the upwind right now, which means that the Ilka boat is quite slow in the upwind. But we will see here, Stefan Gazan is going to be approaching that mark on starboard. So Pepino is going to have to give him way, so does Crow 280. Stefan Gazan, that's Flying Boss right next to him. And Stefan Gazan manages to take second place on the chase of BSB Almir, but he's going to have some issues with Flying Boss right next to him.
This one is also a different strategy. BSB Almir trying to go straight to the mark. Stefan Gazan and Slick Corman going as far as they could to avoid any covered by any other boat, but sooner or later they need to be back. In the back, Scavaruzzo aggressive over Peppino and Flying Boss.
And several of these boats are going quite wide compared to the lane line. You see the lane line on the right side of the screen. and some of them are going very wide over there. But BSB
Because-
Almir and Stefan Gazan, the first two to reach the gates. And also see in the chat, go BSB says, love saying Joe Miro says, hi, I'm supporting Josuts, BSB Almir, and not a real sailor. Who is that? Says Maradani Sailing, and Dessa Bota says, let's go Crow. No,
Nice.
greetings to you.
What I've done. I'm impressed about Slick Cormoran going all the way wide and getting the third position with Flying Boss being stuck in the traffic and losing 3 position with that. Crow 280 was one of the racers that took advantage of it, and he's in 5th position. No. After a great start with the fast boat, she's suffering a little bit with Ilka. She's in 17th position.
And I see, okay. Greetings, people says Nozet, Crow Wednesday says Lazard, Confluentia says Mardoni. So actually, Nando Sailor is Confluentia, and Richard Davis from Zets as well. And let's go. Christian says Deji Vanede. Hoping I'm pronouncing this right from YouTube. Supporting Harding from Sweden. Currently in 13th spot. Posting the Swedish livery. And so far a perfect start for BSB Almir.
Yeah, can do better than that. He is kind of far from Stefan Gazan and Slick Cormoran that are probably going to fight more between each other than with him. Flying Boss is not that far, but the battle will be between Nanana, Crow 280, Trap Rest Power, and Nano Pardo, all 3 of them super packed in a really, really narrow place.
BSB Almir starting that last downwind Stefan Gazan. Trying to chase, but Almir is out of the wind shadow from Stefan Gazan, and he's going to have to worry about Sleek Cormoran just behind him, as you mentioned. Behind them is going to be Flying Boss and Crow 280.
This is interesting. Everybody's trying to go to the path, but where's the path? There is no wind because there are so many players. You can see Turcinovic going 7.8 with Trapper's Power going 7.6 in full wind. Even Jozuk is going 8.4 while the other are fighting for catching a small puff of wind, of fresh wind. By any chance, congratulations to BSB Almir so far. Great.
Yep, BSB Almir,
2 races.
Exactly, crossing the finish line now. And I see a penalty for Sleek Cormoran at the start of the fleet, meaning that Stefan Gazan will take 2nd place and Sleek Cormoran will have to settle for a 3rd. Flying Boss is not close enough to overtake that. There's going to be a 4th for Flying Boss, a 5th for Crow 280. And it looks like Nano Pardo will take a 6th. Followed by Nana 9, 7, Trap Breast Powered 8. It's going to be close between Sasha Birel and Turcinovic, but it looks like Sasha Birel is going to take the edge for the 9th spot. And Turcinovic being lower than the other sailors is actually looting quite some places over there, and Harding is going to be the one concluding race number 2.
Yeah, too many emotions from the chat.
As we see the final results for race number 2, BSB Almir in 1st, Stefan Gazan 2nd, Sleek Cormoran in 3rd, Flying Boss in 4th, Crow 280 in 5th, Nano Pardo in 6th, Nano 9, 7, 8 for Breast Power, 9 for Sasha Birel, 10 for Jozuts, 11 for Petursinovic, 12 for LS7, 13 for Scavaruzzo, 14 for Pipino, 15 for Confluentia, 16 for Kul Zavnice. Gispet will take 17, and Harding will take 18.
Results are updated, but what I see from this graph is a lot of changes in position, not boring race, and everybody fighting for every spot.
Yeah, a lot of switches during that race, as race number 3 is actually going to start a lot sooner. But so far, our overall leader is still BSB Almir. He takes first spot from Crow 280 with 3 points in total. Now 6 points for Crow 280 in second place, 9 points for Stefan Gazan in third, 12 points for Sasha Burel. That's a tie between Sasha Burel and Brest Power for fourth and fifth. Sasha Burel is placed in front because of a better performance in that first race. His best performance being a third place, Brest Power's best performance being a fourth. 13 points for Na in sixth. Now remember, after 6 races, it is the top 6 only who will continue onto the medal series of this playoffs. So you want to be in the top 6. Currently 6 is Na 13 points, but we see the points behind are still quite close, so anything can still happen, and we still have 4 races to go, so things can definitely shift. I'm still missing a player. So we're gonna give a couple extra minutes. Now.
Yep.
Here we go. All the players in. Let's give the start. So 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. So it's quite symmetrical at the first for the first people on the ranking. 3 points between Almir, 3 points between Crow 280 and Stefan Gazan, 3 points after between Stefan Gazan and Sasha Burel.
And Brest Power.
And Brest Power. Then it's just 1 point, 3 points again, 1 point, 2 points. So yeah, 32 points currently for Kulgzev Nice. 6 at 13 points. So that's like 19 points, but 19 points in 4 races, and the fleet of 18 sailors can definitely change. Doesn't mean much. So BSB Almir is the player that we will follow for the start of race number 3, and let's switch to the water to see the start of the 49er.
Yeah, this is a boat that requires a lot of wind, so probably sailors are going to try to get to the right-hand side. As you can see, everybody is packing nearby the race committee. So that's the reason, and there is the wind coming from the right. There is no wind on the left. You need to stay as high as you can. And a lot of packed over there, but great start by Slick Cormor and Jozuk.
Slick Cormor deciding to attack quite early.
Yeah, he is following like the rest of the fleet. If you're not covered, going that direction seems to be a good idea. They are same speed for everyone at the moment. Right wheel shift coming with a lack of wind, so be interesting to understand what BSB Almir is doing, and with the first tack to close up and see if he can cross in front of Slick Cormoran, or Slick Cormoran have enough space to do a lee bow over him. If you want, I can explain what a lee bow is. A tack just below the bow of your opponent. You're giving air even not only behind your sail, but even slightly over your sail during an upwind leg. And that's the position that you need to get to give this kind of slowing down. At the moment
here, Petursinovic clicked on the first player, and Petursinovic did not see him there, but he is alone completely on the left of the course. You see all the rest of the fleets packed on the other side of the ley line. And will
So
his strategy of going alone here pay off? We will see. He did miss the first race, so he will need some good performances. And Giomiro in the chat supporting LS7.
He is going a half a knot to 1 knot faster than the rest of the fleet, though he doesn't have the same wind angle, so he doesn't have a nice little right wing shifted like the rest of the fleet has. That's why he is still in trouble with Sasha BRL and Skavaruth crossing in front of him, and he's now in 12th position. With BSB Almir again in the lead, with a close Slick Cormoran and a cool Xavnice that did not perform well the first 2 races. Time for a comeback for him?
Time for a combat. Let's hope it, at least for him. Quick Xavnice, mediocre performances in the first races, now shows off in 3rd place. Hoping to get some of these points in or out, since it's slope point. And Almir still in 1st, and I see Lorenzo here, Almir on steroids, so might need to do a check on that.
Yeah, what is the big puff coming from the left-hand side that nobody's going except the trap breast power? There is a huge puff over there with Juzuk, Stefan Gazan are going 17 knots. Flying Boss is going out of it and he stops almost immediately. Kulgzav, nice penalty for him by breast power.
Who takes 2nd place.
In the meantime, BSB Almir ran away alone. Unbeatable at the moment.
Yep, he is on fire. And Flow 4878, Vamos France. Support the, I think, 4 French sailors. We have Stefan, Breast Power, Xavnice, and Sasha Birel.
And Slick Cormoran.
And Slick Cormoran. Yeah, who was in 5th, who I lost for a second. As Almir starts his upwind, still clear ahead in 1st. Flying Boss will take 2nd. Pepino, I saw him there and actually take 2nd from Flying Boss. Slick Cormoran will take 3rd, and Flying Boss will drop down to 4th.
Breast Power sunk by Stefan Gazan, losing and is now in 9th position. So needed to do a little bit better from now on. Slick Cormoran still keeping a 2nd position. That after a 14 and a 3 is definitely another good result for the moment for the Parisian sailor.
He will try to catch up these positions. Pepino still in 4th. Slick Cormoran is now attacking onto port. Flying Boss decides to do the same. He did have the right of way, but decided it's more worth it to try to stay in that puff of wind in the center. You can see it on the mini map at the top left. The darker zones. Flow 48s. I am Taiguan. Yep, I knew that.
There is a half a knot difference between BSB Almir and Slick Cormoran, Flying Boss, or Stefan Gazan. And that no wind zone is killing him, and if the massive right wing shift is coming also with a puff, it would be difficult for him to keep the position.
Well, he was still gaining some meters. You can see on the ranking on the left, he started the sentence, your sentence was like 48 meter difference. With Slick Cormoran, he's now at 66. So although he had less wind, he had a better angle. So less speed, but was climbing up more vertically.
True that.
But he also had such an advance, or such distance between him and the rest of the fleet that he, this small mistake doesn't actually cost him that much. He still has a 50-meter lead on 2nd place.
Yeah, Actually, Peppino did a magic move here. He got the second position by just going on the left-hand side. He bet on the left wing shift, and he came, and that's why also BSB increased his distance, because Peppino was a few meters behind both Slick Cormoran and Flame Boss. And for him now to be back means that the left wing shift, the left part, was definitely some place where you need to go. BSB is
4 knots here, 17, almost 18 knots for BSB Almir. So not only is he first, but he also finds more wind over there.
Exactly, and he's going away with a puff. So the one behind, if you see, they're going at 16.4. So the first will always take advantage of this situation, and probably this one will lock most of the position. I believe there are a battle between Peppino and the Flying Boss and Slick Cormoran.
Yeah, this group of 4 boats that you see on the bottom left will likely have a fight at the mark. Again, top 6 is your goal currently if you're racing.
Incredible start for the Brazilians here.
Incredible start of the regatta, yep. Second, first, something like that, or third, first.
Yeah.
As he will cross the finish line in first place, followed by Peppino himself, followed by Sleek Cormoran in third, Flying Boss in fourth, and it's going to be Stéphane Gazan in fifth. In the bright pink boats, and then maybe a fight behind between Josuts, Scavaruzzo, Kulgzevnice. But that order will stay like this as they cross the finish line, and Crow 280 being chased by Breast Power. Similar boats, the two of them, but the dog on the sail, and not sure what that symbol is on the Breast Power's sail is. LS7 sure. And Harding are going to be the ones who will likely conclude the third race, but we might actually be Confluencia doing this. But race number 3 will be BSP Almir in first place, Peppino in second, Sleek Cormoran in third, fourth for Flying Boss, fifth for Stéphane Gazan, sixth for Josut, 7 for Scavaruzzo, 8 for Kulgzevnice, 9 for Crow 280. Breast Power in 10, 11 for Sasha Birel, 12 for Peacebit, 13 for Petursinovic, 14 for Nano Pardo, 15 for Nana, 16 for LS7, 17 for Harding, and 18 for Confluencia. We're apparently the not sailor.
Yeah. Results are updated, and we have a couple of interesting news.
Couple of interesting news, you say. Let's have a look. And I will let you comment on this.
Perfect. BSP Almir with a perfect score is a second, first, so difficult to do better than this. Stéphane Gazan in second position, 14 points, 15 for Crow 280, and Slick Cormoran here in fourth position with 20 points. But then we have a few players that are really, really close. Trap Breast Power, 22 points, Sasha Brul, 23, Peppino, 24, Flying Boss, 25, Josuk, 25, and Nana, 28. Those are the one we need to follow for race number 4 that is starting in less than a minute.
Exactly, a 10-point difference between first and second. That is starting to dig between the Brazilian and the rest of the fleet. And then, as you said, the rest of the fleet is quite closer. Stéphane Gazan with 14 points, as you said. Crow 280 just 1 point behind. And there's a 5-point gap between third and fourth. And almost a 19-point gap between first and sixth. And then a 21-point gap between 6 and 18. So almost as much as a gap between 1st and 6th than between 6 and 18.
It's insane. There is any surprise for you?
The level of BSP Almir is quite surprising. He's a good sailor and he's qualified for the playoffs, so that shows his level. But so far, dominating this much is surprising.
Yeah.
And well, he finished first in that previous race, so we won't be following him for the start. We will instead focus on the second place, Pepino.
Yeah.
In the last race.
That is 1 point from the top 6, so
1 point from the
it's
top
time.
six,
It's time to jinx it.
Well, we didn't jinx Almir.
We have the similar situation as this as the PO1. In PO1, 4 Japanese in top 6. Now we have 4 French in top 6. Interesting similarities here.
So Confluencia with the Pepino with the Swiss livery.
Yeah, Confluencia is on a teal with a Swiss flag on top. Stefan Kazan and BSB are doing the same tactic for the start. Slick Cormer is there too. Massive pack here. And a couple of penalty. Ooh, out for BSB Almir. Out for Crow 280 with a penalty start. Turcinovic all the way to the left alone with Sasha BRL and Scavaruzzo. Let's see if the left wing shifter that is coming doesn't seem really strong, but hope is enough to see if can help the boat on the left and we jinxed
Turcinovic is going to need
BSB.
a good performance because he doesn't appear in the top 12. You can see that on the side score of your screen.
Yeah, Turcinovic actually is 16 with 43 points.
So he needs to finish strong.
Yeah. Breast power a little bit stuck in the traffic. The only French that is not in top 6 is called Zavnaisa, that at the moment is in 10th position. And it will be interesting to understand what Slick Corman is doing on the right-hand side with Nano Pardo, and if he has the right over Scavaruzzo and Sasha BRL. There are these two groups, one on the left, on the right. Seems the right choose wisely. Right wing shift is coming with a slightly puffier wind. So I believe Slick Corman is going to cross in front.
Yeah, a good position for Sleek Cormoran. He's following the ley line, so if the wind stays stable, it's going to be very good for him. But if there is a shift that will force him to tack, then Nano Pardo and Confluencia will be in a good spot.
A good performance of Harding now that is blocking the tack of Quispe and Scavaruzzo. Let's see if from the left Sasha BRL, do you think is a problem for the rest of the fleet? Harding taking in a really dangerous position, and probably he's going to get a penalty.
Well,
No,
he is going
first of
to
all, he
slow
gave a
down.
penalty.
Gave 2 penalties, but he's gonna slow down massively. Actually turns out okay for him,
Yeah.
surprisingly, but Sleek Cormoran is gonna take the lead first. Nano Pardo is gonna be following and chasing that. Harding now in third. Gafarutsu in fourth, and Sasha Birwell is covered by 3 boats. Kispe, Petursinovic, and Confluentia, with Wrist Power and Josuts right behind them.
It's really difficult to find spots with no boat covering you, and if you can find, you need to stick with it. Massive right wing shift, that's why Slick Cormoran is pushing for that mark. Nano Pardo 2 and Harding 2. Penalty from Sasha Biral to Kispe. But at the moment, all the boats on the right hand side are gaining a little bit from this wind configuration, and with the left wing shift coming almost close to the ley line, tacking here and going on port is a mess. So you see Galzen, and Flying Boss suffering a lot in this moment. Penalty from Flying Boss, and Galzen forced to tack by Nana.
And the 2 boats are very close, but Nana is going to attack again, giving a bit more breathing air to Stéphane Galzin.
I think everybody saw the right wing shift that is coming down right now, and as you can see, the rest of the fleet is trying to go to the right hand side, with the Scavaruzzo crossing in front of Pepino for a few centimeters. Great move by the Italian, and Harding is still pushing on the left hand side and going in control over Sasha Biral.
And Nano Pardo is the closest one to Sleek Cormoran. So you're going to be entering a zone with a lot less of wind. You see the wind dropping, going from almost 22 knots down to less than 14.
Yeah. Right now he is really close. He tacks so low compared to the ley line that Nano Pardo just Slick Cormoran want to get in control over there, but he didn't even push for the ley line. Left wind shift coming close to the ley line, but I'm not sure if it will be interesting for the people in the front or just from the people from like fourth onwards.
Nano Pardo tacks now. Sleek Cormoran tacks just on the ley line. I see a penalty behind for Kispe. Crossing with Crow 280. Let's switch back to Nano Pardo and Sleek Cormoran rounding the mark. Harding coming in on third.
Sasha Biral tried to
makes it just in front of Petursinovic. That was very close. So does Pepino, sneaking in just in front of Josuts. Crow 280, Confluentia, Kispe all rounding the mark. Now Stéphane Galzin. Kurgzan Nice also manages to sneak in the middle of the fleet without taking any penalties.
Sasha hit the mark.
Sasha hit the mark.
Yeah, Turcinovic get the position.
Unfortunate for him, but still in 5th place. He's going to jibe away. He's going to be slowed down by Skavarutso. It's not going to jibe again onto Turcinovic. And Nano Pardo had some wind shadow on Sleek Cormoran. Harding in 3rd. And we do see the comments that Harder posted on the Twitch chat. Stopping Almir, please. And Love Sailing, way to go, BSP, carrying the flag for Brazil.
Yeah, but at the moment he's in 15th position.
Exactly, he started very strong. You know, he has a 10-point lead on the 2nd place.
Yeah. Ooh, penalty for Sasha.
Yep, fortunate for him. It's going to drop down to 6.
Also for
As
Nano...
in front, no, that was for Sleek Cormoran, the penalty. Nano Pardo is going to be able to steal that 1st place for him. And Harding will take 3rd. Turcinovic looks like we'll take 4th. Skavarutso 5th. And a 6th place for Sasha Birel, a 7th place for Josuts.
Oh, careful, because the Italian is really slow. He's catching up. Sasha, no, not enough.
Oh, the one shot rounding the mark now. And it is going to be Crow 280 in 8, Pepino in 9. Eastbait will take 10. Confluentia will take 11. Nanana will take 12. Stefan Gazan will take 13. Brespa will take 14. 15 for Flying Boss. 16 for Xavnice. 17 for Almir. And 18 for LS7. And I see Skavarutso go, says Giomiro. With the ranking of race number 4 on your screen, Nano Pardo in 1st place, as we said, Sleek in 2nd, Harding in 3rd, but Turcinovic in 4th, 5th for Skavarutso, 6 for Sasha Birel, 7 for Joseph, 8 for Croto, 89 for Pepino, 10 for Kispet, 11 for Confluentia, 12 for Nanana, 13 for Stefan Gaza, 14 for Breast Power, 15 for Flying Boss, 16 for Kulik Zavnice, 17 for Almir, 44 and 18 for LS7, as the next race will start very soon.
Yeah, points are updated. I want to just point out the main difference between the first and the last. More than 1 minute after like 9 minutes of races. So big differences, big gaps, even if only 18 players playing tonight. So that one is definitely something that is interesting to analyze, because this one gives us the uncertainty of the wind situation and how players respond and trying to find the best situation to try to sneak in the best position ever.
Yep, 40 seconds to go before the starting procedure can start. Overall, the gap got close.
Really close.
Shrinked to just 1 point, down from 10. BSP Almir still keeps his 1st place though with 21 points, but then 22 points, just a point behind Sleek Cormoran. 23 points in 3rd place, Crow 280, 27 points in 4th place, Stefan Gazan. 5th place goes to Sasha Biro with 29 points, and then 31 points for Nano Pardo. That's our current top 6. Again, top 6 only continue. But the rest of the fleet is still quite close. Josus in 7 is only 1 point behind. Pepino just 2 points behind. Breast Power just 5 points behind. Then 7 points behind is Skavarutso. At 40 points, Flying Boss and Nana now for 11th and 12th. And I see Desabota, Armocro, and come Nano, come on. Nano and come on. Josu says Nozet Acosta. All 18 players in the start procedure has been given.
Yeah, with Harding finally giving one good performance, coming back to People who can compete with that, I believe him and maybe Torcinovic are the one who can battle for the top 6. I have to say that at the moment, 23 points in the last 2 races for Kispe, for example, are definitely a little bit too much to recover, even if it's possible, because you have a 34 point actually. You can gain every single race. So,
switching to the water to witness the last 30 seconds of the starting procedure, we are watching the winner of the previous race, Nano Pardo, with the Spanish flag in the offshore racer as he takes a penalty.
Yeah, offshore races, the start is the most important thing, and starting on race committee is the most important thing. I would say Sasha BRL in a great position, maybe a little bit too early. Crow to 80, maybe he has time to accelerate and start a little bit better.
And everyone decided to be on the boat, on the committee boats.
Yeah, BSB Almir blocked by Stefan Gazan, Scavaruzzo the same, Flame Boss getting a penalty. LS7 also over there. Massive right wing shift is coming soon, so
I see a good position, a good start by Josuts.
I put my money on Stefan Gazan crossing first after the next stack.
Well, he has the right of way, so he's going to be forcing everyone to tack. And as you say that, he is starting to gain. Took second place. Josuts took first place. We saw Petrucinovic in first over there as well. We do see Petrucinovic regularly in like a first place during the race, but he has a hard time keeping that first place throughout the race. And hopefully he can keep on to that third current place, though it's not going to be an easy task considering his position.
He do great start, but always in a free and pin end. That's why he's always first after the first the first minute. The problem is coming when you need to cross, and all the other boats have the right of way.
Yep. Which is currently the case. Well, what Stefan Gazan kind of forced onto the rest of the fleet, being the most extreme on the right, and then with a bit of a lead and then tacking, forced everyone else to do the same. Now he takes the first place from Josuts, who is likely going to be tacking soon just over the ley line. Stefan Gazan decides to tack earlier than the ley line,
so he can break the overlap with the Josut that has to go really, really long, and he will have the right of way during the rounding of the mark. While Josut at the moment is going really, really long and open up the door for the Croatian to get closer.
We'll see how that works out, but I think Josuts can still pass between the two. Stefan Gazan.
Impressive.
Stefan Gazan does take the first place. Josuts will take second. Crow to 80. Currently in third. Fourth. Breast Power in a 16 penalty. Petrucinovic in a penalty. Almir in a penalty. LS7 in a penalty.
Have you seen the entry of Nanana? Was perfectly on the millimeter. She made an entry that takes ages to master it. That was something that we saw doing only from Azir, Lorenzo kind of thing. She calculated that I hope if she did it everything on purpose, she calculated that the boat would take a penalty just in half a second before she's going to cross that position, and she managed to cross
by the Japanese female sailor. We saw a bit of a dance between Crow 280 and Josuts just in front of her, so she might also use that to her advantage and maybe grab the third place. And why not second place?
Ooh, bad situation right now for Crow 280 that is covered both from Nana and Sasha Brule. Now Sasha Brule is going away from it. If you look from the top, you see the mark that Stefan Gazan is going to round is definitely having a better advantage. So Crow 280 is definitely in better position Then Jozuk, that he cannot manage to enter, but he broke the overlap in some way, and he kept the position. He dropped the kite in a better way. No penalty between the top player, but a lot of really close passages. And position are kind of set with Stefan Gazan now probably tucking in a no-win zone. He's going less than 8 knots, while Jozuk is going almost 10. Now he's back on wind, so he can get back too. But Crow 280 and Jozuk will be a nice battle after that.
For sure, and Stefan Gazan does have an 80-meter lead, so even though he might have missed the most optimum path, he still has most of the lead to his advantage and has no one to fight, so he can just concentrate on doing his race fast. And Giomiro giving us the thumbs up. Alberto,
thank you. For what?
Oscar and Alberto, thumbs up.
Perfect. I'm interested to see what BSB Almir and Slick Cormer are doing, because they're the leader of the current race.
Well, Almir is in 16th currently, and Slick Cormoran in 15th. Cormoran is more into the bulk of the fleets, while Almir is a bit on the extremities.
So Gazan and Crow 280 are going to get the lead, and probably Jozuk is going the top 6, and one of those two are going out of it.
As Galizan crosses, rounds the mark first, followed by Jozuts now in second, Crow 280 in third, Kispe, Hungarian captain, in fourth. And then we will see the Japanese Pepino and the French, Pepino from Switzerland, and the French Sasha BRL in 7th, Nano Pardo in 8th. A very different strategy between Stefan Gazan and Jozuts Crow 280 and Kispe. Stefan Gazan decided to go straight and not jibe immediately after the mark rounding, while Jozuts and the others decided to round the mark completely and stay on port. And Stefan Gazan is, I think, kind of in a no-win zone. 13 knots, slowly climbing. 10.1 knots in speed. Meanwhile, Jozuts has 20 knots of wind. Had 20 knots of wind if he's not being covered by the other boats.
Yeah, but now he has 14.
Yeah.
Is the path that is there that you need to stay in that. As you can see, Crow 280 is like 2 boat lengths difference, and it's going 2 knots faster. He's not being covered, he's just in the path, and Jozuk is
we
not.
do have a battle there between Pepino and Nanana fighting for the 2nd place.
Do you think that it will be still second
place? No, I think they're gonna lose some places here. I think Jozuts and the others will still finish in front.
And Crow 280 has the right of way at the moment, but Jozuk can try to break the overlap to keep the inside, but they're really close, to be honest. He broke the overlap, but he's going too far.
Yeah.
To break it. Nobody dropped the kite. Jozuk and Crow 280 fighting as hell.
Pushing for it, but I think that Crow 280 still gets that 2nd place. Jozuts will get that 3rd, and Kispe will get that 4th. Meanwhile, Sasha Birel is likely to keep his 5th, while Pepino will take the 6th. Nanana will take the 7th. Nano will take the Nano Pardo will take the 8th, and I think Harding will take 9th, 10th for LS7, 11 for Kurgzev Nice, 12 for Confluentia, 13 for Almir. Might be close with Scavaruzzo, but Almir took 13. Breast Power took 15. Flying Bus took 16. And there we have the ranking for race number 5. Which means that the next race is the last chance for the players to reach the top 6. We will have a look at the overall ranking as soon as the scores have been entered and the instructions have been sent.
Yeah, I need to apologize. I was looking at the final between within the second and third.
It's all good, but we see the difference here. 8 seconds for Stefan Gazan before Crow 280. And then no one arriving during the same second. Will Nano Pardo and Harding have less than a second difference between the two of them? So does Harding with LS7.
Results
and
are updated.
3 tenths of a second between Almir and Scaparuto, and Almir did take 13th from Scaparuto. And let's
please switch. It will be so fun.
With the race starting at 03, that's in 1 minute and 15 seconds. So, some changes in the overall ranking.
Yeah, massive.
Crow 80 now takes the lead with 25 points. Bravo Legendo, I see just Sabota saying. 28 points for Stefan Gazan, now in second place. That's just 3 points behind. And then 34 points for Almir. A hell of a start for him, and is now dropping down for the last races, maybe under pressure, maybe the Jinx power. Not too sure. Maybe just the boats. Next boat is going to be the Formula 18, so it's another fast boat, or rather fast boat. Then, but Almir is tied with Sasha Birel at 34 points, but having won 2 times first place, takes the tie break. Josut's in 5th with 35 points. Then we have a 3-way tie for 6th place, 39 points between Nano Pardo, Sleek Cormoran, and Pepino on that last race. What a way to put the pressure up.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, Josuk, Sasha BRL, and Mirs Biamir are not that far, only 5 points different. That with 18 boats is not that much. And it will be really, really fun. I believe, even if they're not mathematically safe, Crow 280 and Stefan Gazan are kind of safe. And I believe it will be difficult for Nanana and Breast Power and Harding and Scavaruzzo to come back, while not mathematically impossible.
Okay, I am missing a player. I have 17. I want to understand who is missing, and no one is typing. But if no one is typing and we're ready to start, I guess we're ready to start.
Is it Confluential by any chance? No, Confluential is in.
Confluential is here.
Kozov Nice, Turcinovic, Kispe, Flying Boss.
Oh, there we go. We have the 18th.
Okay. Was by any chance Almir?
Maybe. I don't know. But the start procedure can be given. Did we follow, who was it? Stefan Gazan already?
No.
And Stefan Gazan will be the boats that follow for the start. And a brighter pink. Let's switch to the water. So again, last chance for these sailors to reach the top 6 after this race. The top 6 only will head over to the medal series of the playoffs.
Stefan Gazan with the pole on the sail. Let's see if he can keep the performance up. If he's in top 10, he will be mathematically in. So let's see how he will perform.
Let's see. Indeed, we saw the blue boat coming in fast, taking a penalty, I believe, with the Swiss flag. Yep, that was Confluential.
Yeah, Confluential. Yeah, the Sleek Cormoran blocking the start over there. But Stefan Gazan going in fast and in the right position. Great start by Stefan Gazan. We did not jinx anyone today yet so far.
Too soon.
And we have only 2 French, to be honest, this time in the top 6. Trap Breast Power and Slick Cormoran are out at the moment. But Slick Cormoran is 7th position, tied up with a 6. So he's performing kind of well right now. He's in 2nd position. So let's see what's happening. Seems a massive left wing shift coming soon. As you can see, him and the pink boat that I believe is Stefan Gazan. No.
Bright pink is Stefan Gazan. There's a lighter pink, which is Xav Nice.
Sorry, I was meaning about LS7. LS7 was going on a different angle than anybody else on the right-hand side. In my Sims, he's first. Even if he's not first, he's definitely in the top position right now. Nice slam dunk over Confluencia. And if the wind stays like this, Scavaruzzo and Quispe and Stefan Gazan are in a great, and Kuzak Nice are in a great position. But if the wind is rotating to the right, Crow 280 and LS7 could have a chance.
And the wind is slowly rotating.
Crow 280 managed to get the first position. Stefan Gazan probably 2nd or 3rd. Quispe is crossing over LS7. Yes. No contact between the 2 boats. Really, really close.
But I think Crow 280 is going to be able to take the first place. At the mark, has to luff up, avoid the mark, don't touch it. Does that perfectly. Takes the first place and starts to create a bit of a gap between him and the rest, though it is minor, just 30 meters.
Are you looking at the position of BSB Almere, right?
18th position for BSB Almere is not something that we want to see for him.
After the great start, he had 3 really, really tough races.
And touching the mark as well.
Lost the focus, lost the concentration. And even if he's 3rd right now, I believe the side score now will be helpful. He's more out than in. Sasha Biarral is not much better. He's in 17th.
Sasha Biarral and Almir are indeed in a difficult position now. They need to start climbing up some places.
There will be definitely some rocking up and down for the ranking. And Scavaruzzo with 52 points. Huh. Maybe he can go in front of Almir.
Scavaruzzo, if he manages to take 1st or 2nd, will put him to 54 or 53. Almir with 18 points will put him at
52.
52. And 6th place, 39 points currently for Nanopardo, Slick Cormoran, and Pipino.
And the Jozuk and Slick Cormoran 8th and 9th. Nanopardo and Nanopardo 12th. They're all there. They're all close.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very tight last race in terms of ranking or overall ranking.
I believe this is an understatement. Major changes. Major changes. Stefan Gazan and Crow 280, I believe, are the one we can say yes. But other than that, maybe Pepino we can say yes. But Jozuki is there.
Pepino has a good chance, and as you said, Jozuki is also right behind him.
But also Slick Cormoran.
True.
He's like a 2 meter behind.
But Almir being last place is likely going to shift everyone at least one position up.
He's 13 right now.
Okay, so he did catch up a bit.
Yeah.
He's completely on the right side of your screen, just hacking now.
Yeah, just over the... Yeah. Over the bottom over there. This is tough, guys.
Very tough.
Crow to 80, keep the first position. Second position for Scavaruzzo that did not perform well so far. Just an exploit with a 5 and a 7. LS7 that is the first race in top 10. Stefan Gazan, amazing race tonight. Peppino is doing really good. Jozuk and Confluencia and Quispe all over there, really, really close. But Slick Cormer is not that far. And if you get the right path right now, you're going to win.
Yep, and Crow 280 is counting on that. Still in first place, 19 knots. 19.2, Scavaruzzo 19.4, 19.5, or 4 now for LS7.
Yeah, it depends when they start to cover each other and to understand who is in trouble and who is not. As you can see, everybody, Confluencia on Jozuk. A little bit try to catch him up. Peppino and Stefan Gazan. Peppino need the win here more than everything.
Well, the 5th position is kind of good, knowing that he's tied at 6th place.
Yeah, but he's in a dangerous 5th position there, because if Stefan Gazan jibe, he is getting a penalty. He needs to be a little bit higher right now, as you can see, to avoid the jibe.
And actually jibes now, so we'll see at that mark rounding how this happens. He's likely going to give him maybe a bit more space and go wide.
Yeah, well done, Peppino. Really, really smart.
So to keep his 5th place, behind him in 6th is Jozuk. In 7th is Quispe. In 8th, Sweet Cormoran. In 9 is Harding. 10 is going to be Nano Pardo. 11 for Confluencia. 12 for Kurgzev Nice. 13 for Petrushinovic. 14 for Breast Power. 15 for Almir. 16 for Sasha Burel. And we have a look at the overall rankings. And take a little break here because we're going to have to give out the roles and confirm who the top 6 are. But for this race, number 6, Crow 280 is our first, second, Scavaruzzo 3rd, LS7, 4 for Stefan Gazan, 5 for Pino, 6 for Jozuk, 7 for Quispe, 8 for Steve Cormoran, 9 for Harding, 10 for Nano Pardo, 11 for Confluencia. Kuzemnes will take 12, 13 for Petrushinovic, Breast Power, 14th and BSP Almir, 15 Sasha Biel, 16 Nanana, 17 and Flying Boss in 18. Switching to the overall rankings just to have a look and confirm who our top 6 are. We're also going to check that there's no protests to deal with. There was a protest earlier, but I believe the decision has already been closed, so no pending protests that I can see.
Yep. Results updated now.
Results are updated. Let us refresh page. There we go. Put a 10-minute timer, but it's hopefully going to be less than that. But our first position is going to go to Crow 280 with 26 points. Second position, Stefan Gazan with 32 points. Third position, Jozuk from Spain with 41 points. Fourth position, Peppino from Switzerland with 44 points. Fifth position, Sleek Cormoran from France with 47 points. And sixth position, tied with Nano Pardo, but BSP Almir will take it. For the Brazilian, BSP Almir takes the six spots for the medal series with 49 points. Nano Pardo also has 49 points. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be continuing towards the medal series. Why is that? Because the best performances from BSP Almir were better than the best performances from Nano Pardo, so the tiebreak goes in favor of the Brazilian sailor. No protests, so we can continue on like this. So we're going to have to give us a couple of minutes for us to give out the rules, give us the instructions for the sailors to join the next race, and we will explain how all of that works when we come back. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
And we are back with the confirmed sailors for the medal series. 6 of them will race in this first semifinal race. Crow 280 will start with 1 point. Stefan Gazan will start with 2 points, and the rest of the sailors will start with 3 points. The race will be a normal low point scoring system. So first 1 point, second 2 points, third 3 points, fourth 4 points, fifth 5 points, and sixth 6 points. and then the medal series will be the top 4 only. So for this race, they need to make sure that they end up in the top 4 if they want to continue with Crow 280 and Stefan Gazan starting with a slight advantage.
With everyone watching the live from the playoff 1, there is only one combination where the number 1, like Crow 280, can be out. That is when the second is in 4th position and Crow 280 is in 6th. But except that, he will be in the final and then he can fight after that. But still, we needed to make sure that everybody is racing nice and fine. Here we see BSP Almir with a little bit of trouble. There is a massive left wing shift. As you can see, is Lick Cormoran in penalty, Stefan Gazan in penalty. And I believe the best start is from Juzuk. That is almost straight to the mark, but there is a right wing shift coming after.
Yep, that ley line will shift, and we can see it do that immediately. So it's not going to be a straight line anymore towards the mark. They're going to have to attack at least once. And I haven't read the chat in a while, but I do see quite some support for Crow 280 with Maradoni saying that it was a close call for BSP Almir.
Was really a close call. Was tied up with the same point with Nano Pardo and 1 point away from Sasha BRL that was that finished 16th. So if he beat like Almira in the last leg, he will be in for just that 1 point. But that's life, that's sailing, and that's why it's so interesting in Tasing.
Yes, indeed. As Sleek Cormoran, is this going to be Sleek Cormoran or Josut's taking that first place? It's going to be close between the two, but Sleek Cormoran does maybe manage to pass in front, but not exactly. Will be penalized and lose the right of way to Josut's, who will actually be the one taking that first place. Sleek Cormoran can still keep his second place with a fight against Crow 280. And I also see Nozets congratulating Josut's for qualifying in the top 6.
Yeah, but he qualified in 3rd position, so everything counts now. You do not need to screw up now. As you can see, Stefan Gazan 5.1, Jozuk's 4.5. He is in trouble. Stefan Gazan is going really fast compared to Jozuk. He's going 20% more.
But in a no-wind zone, less than 11 knots of wind.
It's 11 for Stefan Gazan, but 10 for Jozuk.
Thanks.
And Stefan is not leaving him alone. They all know that they need Stefan need a 5th to qualify, but at the moment he's 4th. Is good enough. I mean, Crow 280 is still fighting. The one who need to fight are Pepino, Jozuk, Almir, and Slick Cormoran. And I believe they're doing their part.
So
now Stefan...
to recognize the boats, the Cormoran has the Patrick skin. It's the one with the green flowers. BSP Almir has his flashy Valentine skin. Crow 280 has the dark sails. Stefan Gaza has the pink sails. Pepino is frosting the Swiss livery, and Josutz has the
Oscar,
how do you say
I think
color?
Which one? Pepino? Jozuk?
Josutz.
Teal.
Teal.
But I want to say that we need another commentator here that is now that from the chat that says congratulations to Jozuk. He was first, now he's last. Stefan Gazan and Crow 280 lost everything they had, and now they're fighting as hell. And probably Crow 280 is as close as possible to be out from the top 4 race. And Stefan Gazan, Jozuk, and BSB Almir are there ready to fight. So I'm expecting a really, really, really rough second round.
Yeah, it's almost as the bottom two, Pepino and Sleek Cormoran, even though they're tied with Almir and Jozuts, are now leading the race. Stefan Gazan's the only safe one if we snapshot it like this. Pro 280 is at risk. And Lorenzo is saying that Jozu will round the upwind mark in the fourth. And I believe that BSB Almir took
that position.
Fourth place from Jozuts.
Yeah, but they're all here. And we saw before a nice battle between everybody. And let's see how safe they're playing.
Close. Yeah.
Because Pepino, for example, is going all the way to do not be covered. But now Crow 280 is at risk. And the BSB Almir maybe did not know, but in this moment, Crow 280 is going in and he is out. Everybody that is in fourth, except Stefan Gazan, need to fight for that position.
Race is still open, as says Lorenzo in the chat.
Everything will happen in the next 100 meters.
Yep.
And this will be epic.
If there's any penalties at the mark as well, that's going to be a deciding factor. Stefan Gazan is getting closer to the left lane line, and suddenly is at risk of completely losing his second place.
Yeah, especially because Crow 280 is close to overlap him.
I think there is an overlap and a lot of back and forth, not too sure where to go, trying to avoid the penalties, and Stefan Gazan somehow manages to come out of it unharmed for now.
Now, Jozuk, if you want to be in, he needed to pass Stefan Gazan.
And I think that's what he's trying to force. He's trying to push Stefan Gazan further up to hopefully get the overtake, but I think that Stefan
managed to do it.
He managed to put the penalty. And I think it's going to be very close. Jozuts might have had it.
Is Crow 280 out?
Crow 280 is indeed in last position for this race, and 0.6 of a second put Jozuts in front of Stefan Gazan.
I have to apologize to everyone. I said that everything will be defined before the finish of the race of the mark. Actually, it was at the finish line. Everything was changed.
Exactly. So for this race, Pepino first, the Cormoran second, Jozuts third, Stefan Gazan fourth, BSB Almir fifth, Crow 280 sixth.
We have the updated results.
Let's switch. Drum rolls, please.
You don't? Do you want it?
But look at the scoreboard. How pretty is it? But more seriously, it is Pepino who takes the first place with 4 points. Sleek Cormoran will take second place with 5 points. Stefan Gazan will take third place with 6 points, tied with Jozuts in fourth at 6 points as well. And unfortunately for Crow 280 and BSB Almir 44, the adventure stops here for the playoffs. For them, it's going to be between Pepino, Sleek Cormoran, Stefan Gazan, and Jozuts to fight for the 3 places in the semi-final. Last race, as I said, it's going to be the top 4 only. A couple of changes in the scoring. First place will get 1 point. Second place will get 6 points. Third and fourth will get 7 points. So you add 1, 6, or 7 points to the total results of the players to have their final score for that last race. But we will give out the roles, give the instructions, and all of that. So do give us a couple of minutes, and we will be right back. And we are back for the last race of this playoff. The top 4 will battle to get the 3 positions that give them into the semi-final. Pepino, Sleek Cormoran, Stefan Gazan, and Juzut will be fighting for it. The outcome of the race, the first player to cross the finish line will get +1 point to their total score. Second player will get +6 points. Third and fourth will get +7 points.
If that is the case, I want to say 2 information. Pepino is mathematically qualified to the semifinals, so congratulations, because the worst case scenario he will be in top 3. And the nice battle between with Stefan Gazan and Jozuk, because as they tied at the point, in case they finish like 3rd and 4th, so there will be no advantage between one and the other. The tiebreak will be this last race. So who win this last race between the 2 of them is going to be qualified.
So best of luck to all sailors. May the best one win. And yep. I believe it's time for us to switch to the water to see the 35 seconds remaining of the starting procedure. And I see Richard Davis, Confluentia, congratulating Pepino. And breast power, go, Steph.
Two French in this final for top 4. Penalty for Juzuk, but it's still kind of early. Slick Cormoran, aggressive on Stefan Gazan. Penalty on Stefan Gazan, let's see if he's out. No, penalty also for Slick Cormoran, and Pepino and Jozuk are gone.
Jozut with a great start. Stefan Gazan preparing to go wide. Sleek Cormoran is going to be a bit of a bother for him. Stefan Gazan is deciding to tack away.
Pepino, we need to remember that he won the previous races, even if he was not in the top 2 during the qualifying part. He is performing really, really well in this small number fleet. So really well done for the Swiss sailor for the moment.
And he doesn't really need to fight, because whatever happens, he's basically qualified as long as he crosses that finish line. For Sleek Cormoran, what's at stake for him?
Sleek Cormoran, if he finish 3rd and Stefan Gazan finish and Juzuk finish 2nd, he will finish 3rd. So he'll be still qualified because he needed to have, he can lose it only if both Jozuk and Stefan Gazan are in front.
Which is what is happening.
Are in 1 and 2, sorry. Okay. So if Pepino stay 1, Slick Cormoran can keep the play and safe. He's in. The problem is Stefan Gazan now need to fight as bad as he can on Jozuk. This is going well for Slick Cormoran.
But Stefan Gazan had no win. He did maybe have a bit of wind shadow, but
look!
Decided
14 knots.
To go for went for that puff over here, suddenly taking a lot of speed, trying to close the gap between him and Juzut. Juzut saw that as well, and did the same thing. Now just 20 meters between the 2 players.
So do you remember when we say if
exactly,
Pepino...
Juzut and Stefan Gazan now taking 1 and 2, meaning that
and now
Cormoran is now at risk. Stefan Gazan avoiding any kind of penalty, so did give the position to Sleek Cormoran, but might have put his kite down a bit too early, which allowed Jozut to create to have a bit more of an advantage over here. Stefan Gazan deciding to tack and get away with the wind shadow, so that's a double tack for him.
Yeah, but at the moment Stefan Gazan is back on the issue. Stefan Gazan need a 2nd.
And Pepino is currently in 2nd. We will see in that last downwind what's going to happen. Looks like they might have a lot of wind, so it might be a very short and fast downwind. And Sleek Cormoran is going to have to maybe try to get third place as well if he wants to have a bit more reassurance.
If Stefan Gazan is fighting with Sleek Cormoran cannot be happier than that. It doesn't matter for him.
Yeah, because Pepino is now back in first, actually.
Yeah. And Stefan Gazan is battling with Jazuk. So the two double attacks between him and Sleek Cormoran are absolutely damaging for Stefan Gazan, and allows Sleek Cormoran to go easy to the semifinal. But still, there is a path that you can catch and miss, or you can stay in it, like Jozuki is doing. 12 knots, Pepino 11. Yeah.
Stefan Gazan starting his downwind, but Josut's already did half of it.
Jozuki is close to the first position than ever before. He is a few meters away. He doesn't have to do a double jibe, not even Pepino now. But at the moment, Jozuki is in, Pepino is in, and Sleek Cormoran is in. Congratulations to those three.
Well, we will wait for the boats to cross the finish line. But Pepino will cross it first, Josut will cross it second, Stefan Gazan will cross it third, and Sleek Cormoran will cross it fourth. And it was a crazy first downwind de Sabota. Well done Josut and Sumi, says Noza da Costa. Well done Pepino, says de Sabota.
Pity that Stefan Gazan did not make a nice drop and did not try to stay close to the top two, sorry. And results are already updated.
Perfect. Let's switch. And there we have it. First place for Pepino with 5 points. Josut and Sleek Cormoran are tied with 12 points for second and third. And Stefan Gazan in fourth with 13 points, unfortunately for him. A big congratulations to Pepino, Josut, and Sleek Cormoran, all three of them qualifying for the semi-final. Unfortunate for Stefan Gazan, Crow 280, and BSB Almir 44, making it into the top 6 and top 4 for Stefan Gazan. But just short of the semi-final, and a round of applause as well to the other players who participated during the qualifier series, and the players who participated in the playoffs one as well who didn't make it. We're going to end the stream very soon. Before that, I also want to quickly shout out those who were working in the backgrounds. So special mention to Omer for giving the instructions to join their arenas. Special mention to the protest committee, that was Hardalo, Pimpy, and Susan K, for helping out dealing with the protest. And as always, thank you so much, Alberto, to co-host these events with me. Again, a huge congratulations to Pepino, Josut, Cormoran making it to the semifinals. Semifinals, what, where, when, how, who? This is going to be...
if you want, I can try to answer. Who the player qualified that we already mentioned here, and there will be a statement tomorrow in the notice board. There are 3 semifinals where every player can choose which one they want to go. Once it's full, the other one will be redistributed in a easier way. In when is Sunday, next Sunday, same 13 and 20 UTC for 1 and 2. For number 3 will be Monday, still at 20 UTC. format will be the same, so we'll have the same boat at the same time. We'll have only 12 boats per race, that so is as close as possible to the final, so people can understand what's going on after that for the final. Which question I miss?
I think that covers it kind of all. I guess the last W is the Y, but the Y, this is the eSailing World Championship semifinals after the playoffs, so of course you want to participate in it and get your ticket for the grand final. But yeah, time for us to call it a night. Again, congratulations to these 3 players. Thank you for all the organizers, protest committee, race officers who were working in the background, and thanks to you as well watching us and playing the game. And we will see you all next Sunday for the semifinals, so stay tuned for that. And we wish you a good night, day, morning, depending from where you're watching us from. Bye.
Bye-bye.